Hello everybody, this is Gareth Goon Speaks back here with another video. I'd like you to hit the subscribe bar, give me a thumbs up if you like the video, or hit the notification bell to be notified when I post my next post. Or otherwise you can donate to my ministry and the charities that I support at garethcahoon3@gmail.com on PayPal. Or otherwise you can look me up on my other social media accounts like Facebook, X, Getter, Truth Social, Instagram, Blue Sky. By the way, I don't be on Blue Sky because I'm a lefty. I'm on Blue Sky to convert the left. So you can scroll down to my YouTube page to the very bottom to create a playlist where you can watch the videos that I watch on a daily basis. This one here is about Judea and Samaria explodes in violence after Jewish settler and the IDF reservists killed during confrontation with Palestinians. Settlers set fire to several mosques, homes, and vehicles as part of a revenge campaign. And this sort of starts off by telling you why about the Israeli settlers and the burning of mosques, but what it didn't tell you was that the so-called Jewish settlers only did that after a Palestinian arsonist set fire to the fields around Judea and Samaria, in which over 20 homes were burnt down and other public buildings were burnt down in a fire that was deliberately set to cause damage and harm to the Jewish people living in Judea and Samaria. Jewish settlers and rioters carried out revenge attacks in Judea and Samaria over the weekend, setting fires to mosques, homes and vehicles after a settler and a reservist were killed on Friday morning. Reports in the Hebrew media said that over 30 incidents of nationalistic crime were reported over the weekend involving Israeli Jews attacking Palestinian sites throughout the territories, including incidents of illegal road blockages, stone throwing and vandalism of property and vehicles. In the village of Kure, south of Turlakam, rioters set fire to a mosque, spray painted the phrase, "Jewish blood is not in vain," on the wall. Qatari news outlet Al Arabiya reported that Jewish rioters set fire to a house in the officers' neighbourhood in eastern Nablus. Rioters also attacked a house in Bet Funk, leaving graffiti which read, "Jews wake up." At the same time, attackers set fire to a mosque in the village of Kosara near Nablus, writing the words "Bananu's Revenge" on the wall, a reference to the settler Bayanu Millet, a member of the Havat Gilad Farm emergency response team who was killed on Friday in a confrontation between Jewish people that are living in Judea and Samaria and the Palestinians. The Israeli Defense Force soldiers arrived at the scene but said the suspects fled before their arrival. Palestinians have repeatedly claimed that the IDF only arrives at the scene of such attack after the settlers have left, and that those Palestinians who talk to the military are often treated as suspects. On Friday, Benenu Malat, 32, a father of two daughters, and Major Yuval Ezra, 27 years old, from Herzliya, a commander in the artillery corps, were killed after a confrontation between Jews and Arabs broke out in Samaria. The attack began when a group of settlers, including many children and youth, arrived outside the Palestinian village of Tel without prior coordination with the Israeli Defense Forces. Palestinians came out from the village to confront the settlers and to prevent them from entering the village, leading to a confrontation. The Havat Gilad police chief rushed to the scene, along with Millet, a member of the emergency alert squad. At some point in the confrontation, a Palestinian seized Millet's weapon and opened fire on Jewish settlers, killing Millet and Ezra. An IDF officer killed the Palestinian who took the weapon, which was recovered by the soldiers. At least 4 Palestinians were killed in the confrontation. Millet was buried later on Friday in a funeral attended by many coalition ministers from the settlement bloc. During the funeral, there were repeated calls for revenge and for increasing the number of illegal settlements within Judea and Samaria. Meir Ettinger, a convicted extremist and the grandson of extremist Rabbi Meir Kian, who was barred from Israeli politics before his death for support for Jewish terror, praised Millet at the funeral, saying he was never satisfied with recognized roads, fences, and strived continuously to conquer the region. Ettinger said that Millet did not make a distinction between Area C and Area B in Judea and Samaria, a reference to the zones of control set up under the Oslo Accords. Isha Yared, another leader in the illegal settler outpost movement, said that Millet worked to establish settlement outposts in these territories. Yared promised to establish more illegal outposts in Millet's honour. Issam Safri, a leader in the Fatah party who lives in Tel, told Reuters that incident started after about 25 to 30 Israeli settlers entered the eastern area of Tel and tried to break into houses there. Safi said the residents came out to confront the settlers and that the settlers opened fire during the confrontation. The military said it dispatched additional forces to Judea and Samaria to prevent further confrontations, while also imposing a closure order on the village of Tel and the city of Nablus. The Israeli Defense Forces and Border Control Forces entered several Palestinian towns and cities on Friday evening in an attempt to apprehend those involved in the deadly confrontation, detaining around 20 people. Also, the same evening, extremist settlers set up at least 4 new illegal outposts in Judea and Samaria following the confrontation, including one next to the town of Tel, where the incident took place. 3 additional illegal outposts were set up next to the nearby towns of Awarta, Gusara, and Jabal Ubad. All 4 outposts were constructed from tents or temporary shelters. On Saturday, the military said it apprehended over 70 wanted Palestinians following the deadly incident on Friday and questioned over 100 other Palestinians. Earlier on Saturday, a second group of Jewish settlers arranged another tour through the village of Tel, again without security coordination or permission from the IDF. There were no reported incidents during this event. Several other confrontations between Jewish settlers and Palestinians were reported on Saturday, including incidents of stone throwing in one incident near Susea in southern Judea. A settler's weapon was stolen by a Palestinian during the confrontation. However, there was no shots fired. Come back for part 2 of this post. Shalom, Maranatha, and Hallelujah.